wasn't out this weekend, so I thought maybe I'd spend a little bit of time and grab some steel, take some plastics off, and start the rad relocate on my '09 Outlander 800. So it's pretty straightforward taking the front plastics off. You take your racks off, you got a couple plug-ins. Your master cylinder for the rear is right here. It's got a bolt underneath. That was actually the hardest part. Like I said, a couple plug-ins. You got a plug in here. Make sure when you put these plugs back together, you put dielectric grease in there. Any plug that you take apart, always put dielectric grease in it, especially if you're going to be sinking this thing in water. I'll do another video when I actually get it out, but you can just see right here, you know, a little bit of build up there, which isn't too bad. But I'll be really interested in seeing and how built up it is with stuff when I actually take it off and shine a light through it. So we're going full on do it yourself. There's my buddy Trevor. Trevor, my bully. A little Westie. Anyways, had a huge junk pile here. Some odds and ends of steel, so I thought I'd root through it because I really don't want to spend any money making this rad relocate. I think that I can get the job done in similar fashion for next to nothing. So let's travel in here and see what I picked out of my pile. Well, I had a piece of flash stock left over from a car project. I've got a grate here from a barbecue. What else? Just some random odds and ends that I pulled out of the ground. Some shelving, but they're extremely well made. They're not little pieces of junk. So I should be able to make something out of this stuff. I guess we'll see. By the time I bolt it together and paint her up, you probably won't even know. I'll see what else I can dig out of the pile, but let's see what I can make up from this stuff. Alright, rad is OUT out. Now, I don't know if we can see anything here. Let's try over here at the big door. So it's not too bad. There's a few spots here. All in all, it's not that bad. I'd say it's... Mosquitoes are coming out. It's not bad at all, but that's a good thing. I'll spray it out anyways, make sure everything is out of it. And there's the fan. Didn't realize the fan has a vent line on it. That makes sense, but I'll have to make sure that's ran up there with the snorkels. And here's the original shit stopper, I guess. I'm gonna try to reuse this. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I can't see why wouldn't I be able to use it? I'm gonna try to incorporate it into that. Hell, the brackets are already there. This is nothing. This is, you know, that's a good size. I think that's fine. I'm gonna try to reuse that. Spent the better part of the week after work doing my rad relocate on my 2009 Outlander 800 XT. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I probably have maybe $25 in materials versus over $300 for a relocate kit. You know, I still don't have my shrouds on, and I think for now this is just the way I'm gonna leave it. It takes a lot of time when you're doing things for the first time, and you have a vision, and the vision doesn't quite come about, and then you try different things, and before you know it, a whole pile of hours went by. So let's, how do we start? So let me just say that I still can get my access off. I just need to unbolt this here and on both sides, and then the rad flips up and then it comes out. It takes a little bit of wiggling, but I got it out. As far as where it mounts down here, I took a piece of 1-inch plate and I had a piece of steel just kind of kicking around, put some U-bolts through it here, threaded it through, I put some spacers, and I used the original, if you can see in there, right there, the original mounts where it went in, or the rubber mounts where it went into the frame. And then I also used, or I put in new rubber grommets here, just to keep the vibration down. As you can see, this is solid. Expanded metal grate, basically I just bent it, clipped it over all around. It protects it here for now without the shroud. This is some flat bar I had laying around. What I did was, if you can see, I just brought it up and I looped it, and this inside of it here actually holds this grate on even better. Mind you, it's on there really tight right now. But that actually helps a little bit. Then what I did is down in here, I drilled, I don't know if you can see in there, 2 bolts, one here, one here. That holds it securely down here, and I drilled it right into the rack. I notched out the plastic so that would sit down flat. Essentially, that is the biggest part of the install. Now, anybody can do this. This stuff I had laying around the house. I got the grate for free from a friend. You know, I already had the nuts and bolts. I had to buy a few extra things. I got the rad hose from Lowe's for 55 cents a foot, which is unheard of around here, but it was the last of the roll. So let's take you through the rad hoses. If we can see in here, I was able to use the original rad hoses. So if we're on the left side of the bike here, the rad hoses, I believe, used to come down in here or around the front here. So what I did was I just kind of looped it and brought it to this side of this support right in front of the steering column. So zip ties are your friend. I got 2 heavy duty zip ties with the original. There's some protective coating here, some what's it called, not loop, whatever it's called anyways. It goes around, usually goes around electrical wires. Put a 90 here, doubled up on my clamps, took it through the fender right here. And then I bought some protective stuff here as well, just to keep it from rubbing where it comes through on the back side, right through there. And it actually is a pretty clean install right to there. And on the right side of the bike, it comes up in the exact same place right here. I just put a coupler and then my new piece up to here. And that was actually relatively easy. And again, I used the original, well, here's the one going to the other side, but as far as this one goes, I don't know if we can see up in here. Anyways, it goes up and it just comes from the engine, the one head, and it goes up through the fender in the same place. And again, I doubled up on this plastic protective stuff here just to stop any rubbing from happening down inside, but I think it's okay. I did extend my fan wiring here. I took it down through the pod and around so that when I lift this rad off, if I need in here to get at the master cylinder, which I'm going to at some point because my rear brakes are leaking, it's out of the way. Again, I can just lift the rad up and wiggle that thing out of there, and then I can access everything without having to drain anything on the rad. What else? My overflow is in the same spot down on underneath where it always has been. It's been good since 2009. It's fine there for now. I did want to mount it over on that side, but for now it's fine. I've done a pile of work to this already. Ran it through here again so I could lift the rad up if I need inside this compartment. Other than that, guys, that's my rad relocate. Let me know if you've done it for cheaper. Throw some pictures down in the comments of what you did on your own. Now, just so you know, where'd it go? Oh, outside here. So I've got hey, it's raining. I've got the back of a pellet stove sitting here, and that will eventually be my shroud. You gotta be a little conservative with these things. Now again, I said in my other videos, can you tell I don't wash my bike? As I said in my other videos, I paid $4,000 for the bike. I'm not about to spend thousands. I think my biggest purchase was the ITP Mega Mayhems, which you've seen in other videos. They're a really, really good tire. Anyways, but this is it. Rad Relocate is done, and everything should be okay. Wire loom, that's what this is called. Now I left this kind of loose, not too, it's just more just for a little bit of protecting where it ran through here, because I know that could get water in it and stuff, and you know, it's open, so it should dry out and drain out, you know, pretty decent. Tried it yesterday. Everything's actually the bike is ready to go. I just got to put the plastics on. Fin works. Everything works. So we're good to go. One question I did have, if anybody does know, do the shrouds help this cool anymore? In other words, does it allow the airflow to be more effective going through the front with the shrouds on versus the sides of the core being able to radiate the heat out? All right. there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, I forgot to mention, you pretty much need everything that's on this table. I know, it doesn't seem right, does it? There's tons of stuff. Let your eyeballs sort through it, see what you need, make sure you got it all. It just takes a ton of time, all this crap. Oh yeah, the Tim Hortons cup and all the beer cans that used to be over here on this whole corner, they're gone, but there's quite a few there.